What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb, and welcome to the Rehab Christian Center Sunday morning virtual experience. And I'm happy to be here with you live and in color this morning, and certainly praying that you are off to a tremendous 2022. It is just day two of the year. And if you're in North Carolina, it's a very gloomy day. It's a very ugly day today, but it's good to be here anyway. And certainly grateful that you all have tuned in and joined in with us this morning. Let me say from the jump, just how appreciative I am for those of you, especially those of you that have consistently tuned in and supported us throughout the last 2 years of this primarily virtual environment. I understand it is not easy. It is certainly very challenging to be consistently tuned into this type of format. But I tell you, it's really been a blessing to us, and really has opened up a new opportunity for our ministry to do things in a unique way. We've always been a very unique ministry, so it just makes sense. Nevertheless, I just want to say thank you to all of you that have been so faithful in your consistency. Those of you that have consistently tuned in, joined us, supported us week after week, month after month. Again, I know it's not easy. To that end, I'm praying for those of you that are still battling this virus. I know so many people that have tested positive. As I said the other night or the other day, the CDC is now saying one person is testing positive anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. Every 3 to 5 seconds, a new person is testing positive. And so the virus is still moving rapidly, especially this particular variant. So I am certainly praying for those of you that are dealing with the virus or any other illness for that matter. I was even feeling bad yesterday. Honestly, though, I think it was the hog jaw. I think it was the hog jaw that I ate yesterday. You know what we eat on New Year's Day. I think that just gave me some problems last night. I just was not feeling well last night at all, and ended up going to bed really early and just laying in bed until I felt better. But I hadn't been anywhere. And so just be very careful as you go out, as you go where you have to go. You have to run errands. You have to do things you have to do. Just be incredibly careful, please. Continue to wear your mask. Put your mask on, and just be mindful as you go to and to from place to place. But good morning to you. It's good to see you. Happy New Year to you. I hope your year is off to a tremendous start. Mine is. I hope yours is as well. And I'm just grateful to be here. Let's run through the networks really quickly. I see many of you are already up. Go ahead and start tagging people. Tell them to jump onto this live really quickly this morning. I've got a great word to start you off the year. It's bigger than me. It's going to be a powerful word and really a continuation of what we talked about New Year's Eve. And it's going to be great. I'm just excited to teach it to you today. And again, just grateful for your support, your consistency. Again, I know it's not easy, but I'm just grateful for the vision that God has given this ministry, and certainly each of you in your lives, as he's doing great things in your lives. And I'm grateful for it. Facebook, good morning to you. Let's go through the networks. Good morning to you. It's good to see you virtually. Those of you that are tuning in via Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on Facebook, I need you to like this video. I want you to love this video. Hold that like button down, turn it to a love button. And then if you're on Facebook, hit the share button, hit the @ symbol. I want you to tag 5 people and tell them to tune in. If you have not also, make sure you say good morning in the chat area. If you have not wished everybody a happy new year, it is rude to not have done that so far. Jump in those comments. Wish everybody a happy new year. We want to know that you've made it over to the new year and that everything is well with you. Again, regardless of circumstances and things that you're dealing with, say good morning, say happy new year. Facebook, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, hit that share button, hit the @ symbol, tag 5 people, tell them to tune in right now. Instagram, good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you that are tuned in via Instagram, thank you for joining us. Hit the heart symbol. Thank you. I see those rolling up. Hit the heart symbol. Let me know you're tuned in this morning. And then also, if you're on IG, hit that @ symbol. I want you to tag 5 of your friends. Tag 5 of your closest friends on Instagram. Tell them to get up and get ready for a very powerful New Year's first Sunday of the year word. I don't even know how I was supposed to word that, but tell them to get up, tell them to tune in. We're just excited to see you this morning on Instagram. Thank you so much, Instagram, for your support all year. I know you are the black sheep of all of our social media outlets. We have the least flexibility on Instagram. We can't live stream to Instagram. We can't drop software that we use to Instagram. It's just a mess. But those of you that tune in on Instagram, regardless, thank you so much for doing that. And we will continue to figure this out and make this work. But it's a blessing to have you here. Again, if you're on Instagram, make sure you say good morning. Make sure you say Happy New Year. And then also make sure you hit that @ symbol, tag 5 people, tell them to tune in. YouTube, good morning to you. Those of you that are tuned in via YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining us this morning. It is certainly my prayer that God has been blessing you. And that I really want to say thank you to those of you that tune in via YouTube as well. We have people that actually don't use social media at all. And some days I can't blame you that don't even use it at all, that tune in via YouTube. So thank you so much. Those of you that are tuned in on YouTube, thank you for joining us. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can find us on YouTube at TheREHABCC. That's at TheREHABCC. You can find us on YouTube at TheREHABCC and just join in there. And you can actually go back and see all of our messages, all of our series, everything that we've taught since we launched YouTube about 1.5 years ago, it seems like. So you can see all of these taught messages there. And certainly I encourage you to go back. Again, subscribe to our page, like this video if you're on YouTube, share this video if you're on YouTube. But more than that, also subscribe to our channel. And if you're on YouTube, say good evening, say good morning, in the chat and let us know that you're there. Happy New Year again to everybody. I'm so grateful you tuned in on this Super Sunday. I am certainly hopeful that we will be back in the building. I'm thinking now March or April of this year. Everything that I'm reading from the CDC is saying that we've got about 8 to 10 weeks to really deal with this variant. And so the next January is going to be a wash. Half of February at least is going to be a wash, maybe all of February. So my goal is maybe March of April, or that hopefully we can get to this 1st and 3rd format, 2nd and 4th format. And again, I'm just excited. Can't wait to see all of you. And I just really hope that you've been doing well and that you're taking care of yourself. This is Super Sunday. This is our first Sunday. This is Super Sunday. And things always work out the way they should. We are about $4,000 or $5,000 short from our goal of things that we need to do, technology-wise, different things we need to do in order to really bring to you a top-tier broadcast when we go 1st and 3rd live. And so it's going to be critically important that we get there. And so this gives us more time to get there. And we will challenge you at some point throughout the broadcast to support our ministry. Anything that you give always helps us and supports us as we prepare to do things in an excellent way. I was church hopping Saturday night or Friday night. I was church hopping virtually Friday night and was just reminded. I saw some excellent ministry broadcasts, things done really, really well, and saw some that were not done very well at all. And that's not, I'm not saying that to be critical. I'm saying that to say that anything that we do at Rehab, we always try to do it in an excellent and a professional way. And so it's going to be critically important that we do that. I don't want to kamfufle it when we go live, but I want it to look good and be of quality. So whether you're at the beach or wherever you are tuned in, whether you're watching our live broadcast or you're watching us where we're broadcasting virtually, we want to make sure that it's done well. So let's get ready to go through the declaration. Again, I'm excited to be here with you. Start liking this video, share this video, tag 5 people, tell them to tune in. It's going to be a powerful message that I'm going to teach this morning, and I'm excited to be here. All right. This is the first declaration of 2022. This is our first time saying this, and so I'm excited to be leading us here. I'm going to work with Sister Swan. I've been working her to death already. I'm going to work with her to try to get more of our members back to going through this declaration. I enjoyed hearing our members and our guests and visitors walk us through declaration. It actually gives me somewhat of a break. And a friend of mine, we're talking Friday, virtual ministry is just as hard as face-to-face. People have no idea, especially if you're a one-man show. It is no joke. This is a lot of work. And so I'm looking forward to bringing many of you on, having you onto the broadcast to go back to doing the declaration and walking us through it. I'm doing prayer, scripture, things like that. And I'm just grateful again for a new year and just excited to see all of you here. If you're listening to me now, that means you made it. And I'm excited. That means you made it. I'm excited. And I'm excited to have you here. Let's walk through the declaration. If this is your first time tuning in, you understand that every Sunday we walk through our declaration. We walk through Restore, Evangelize, Hope, Alternative, Breakthrough. It is the 5 pillars by which our ministry has been created. Many people ask, what does rehab mean? That's what it stands for. We walk through this every Sunday to again remind us of our purpose, to again remind us and to help to set the tone for our mindset for the day, through the week, because we know that the power of life and death is not only associated with what we say, but again, how we say it. And so I want to walk you through this declaration this morning so we can get right to the word. I'm excited about what's happening. And I'm glad you tuned in. Say it with me wherever you are. I want you to say it with me. I read it slow and I pause so that you can repeat after me. Let's do it. Restore. Say it with me. We declare that everything that is broken, lost, hurt, or destroyed that belongs to us and has been designed by God is restored. My faith is restored. My joy is restored. My mind is restored. Even my lost time is restored. I am no longer broken. The fact that I'm alive means I have another chance. My faith has restored me. And right now, his love is making me whole. Evangelize. Say it with me. We declare that God helped us so we can help somebody else. He loved me when I was unlovable. He changed me when I was a mess. His love lifted me when I was down. I'm not perfect, but I'm free. And anything that came for me can't keep me. Because I'm free, my circle is next. My family is saved. My friends are blessed. My plans are successful. My goals are ahead of schedule. And anything connected to me is blessed, just like me. Hope, say it with me. We declare that everything that is missing is not lost. In Jesus, I have hope. And this hope makes me confident. It doesn't matter what happens to me or around me. I'm going to win. My goals are winning. My relationships are winning. My family is winning. My neighbor is winning. This city will win, and my row has the victory. My past is defeated, and my future is brighter today than it was yesterday. Alternatives, say it with me. We declare that God made us different. I'm a royal child, the light of the world, and the hope of my city. I respect the past, but I don't look like what I've been through. I love the church, and my life is balanced. I love coming to church, but I like flights, boats, and vacations. My whole life is blessed. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a lender, not a borrower. And every place I go belongs to me. Breakthrough. Say it with me. We declare that God has a breakthrough with our name on it. I had some challenges, but I am not defeated. No weapon formed against me can prosper. And I know that all things are working for my good. Things are not breaking down. They are about to break through. There is a breakthrough in my career. There is a breakthrough in my home. There is a breakthrough in my health. There is a breakthrough in my finances. I am here on purpose, for a purpose, and everything that went wrong is getting ready to turn around. You know, in 2021, we said something after every time we repeated the declaration, and I really had to think about something else. This is a new year. It's 2022, and what we said last year worked for last year. It's a new year, and I'm excited for this new year. And this is what I've got for you. I want you to type in the comments right now. It's going to get better. Would you do that for me? It's going to get better. I want you to type it in the comments now. 2022, we will declare after every declaration, it's going to get better. I don't care where you are in your life. I don't care what you're struggling with in your life. I don't care how things look in your life. I don't care where you are in your life. It's going to get better. I need you to make that declaration right now. Type it now in the comments. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. And say it like you mean it. Mean it like you say it. And I'm here to tell you, God's going to make some things in your life this year better than they have ever been in your life before. It's going to get better. 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 That's good. It's going to get better. I need you to be encouraged. I need you to be encouraged to know that things in your life are going to get better. They're going to get better. And I want you to be encouraged to know that this year. This is the year that everything is going to double in your life. He ain't going to just bless you once. He's going to bless you 2 times. He's going to bless everything in your life. He's going to make it 2 times better. And I want you to walk in that this year like you have never walked in it before. I don't care what lows you face. And you're going to face some lows this year. I don't care how bleak some situations look. Some things are going to look bleak this year. That's just the reality of life. There are highs and lows and in-betweens. The good news is sometimes you got to talk your way through it until you talk your way out of it. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes you have to talk your way through it until you talk your way out of it. And the way we do it is by saying it's going to get better. I want you to know today it's going to get better. And you have to have some insurance today to know that that's going to be the case. Listen, let's get into this word. I need you to tag 5 people. I need you to tag 5 people right now. I'm multitasking, as y'all can see. I need you to tag 5 people, tell them to tune in. We're getting ready to talk from the subject. It's bigger than me. I want you to put the topic in the comments right now. It's bigger than me is where we are what we're dealing with today. We're going to be in Isaiah chapter 61. And the topic today is it's bigger than me. This is Super Sunday. I'm so excited to have you here on the first Sunday of 2022. Again, if you're in North Carolina, it's very ugly out here. The rain, I think, woke me up around 4 or 5 in the morning. It was really raining hard here. And I looked at the forecast. I think they're calling for snow. I think the 70, 80 degree stuff is gone. I think we're about to get back down to the 20s and 30s. It's so crazy how weather is here in North Carolina, anywhere else. I don't know about anywhere else, but it's crazy here. But I'm grateful to have you here. Type in the comments now. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. We talked about this Friday, and I want to remind you today on this first Sunday in the year that some of the things that you deal with, we talked about the critical nature of life Friday and how oftentimes it requires you having an incredible past. It requires you having incredible favor with God. And also it requires your ability to deal gracefully with people, situations, circumstances that have offended you that really positions you to be blessed. And some of you are as blessed as you are because of the things that you've experienced, because of the things that you've gone through, because of the things that you have had to endure, because of the things that you had to overcome. People saw your New Year's Day pictures yesterday, but what they didn't see are all the lows that you experienced last year. They didn't see all of the difficult times you've experienced last year. They didn't see all of the uncertainty that was in your life. Many of you were waiting on test scores. You were going through all kinds of career challenges and financial challenges and family challenges and relationship challenges. You were going through all kinds of challenges last year, and people just saw the end product yesterday. But what people don't really realize is that oftentimes you have to go through very dark seasons in your life in order to experience great things in your life. And so I want to deal with this today, but really in the context of after God then brings you out of this dark place, what he not only does for you, but how he then positions you strategically to be a blessing to somebody else. The good news is everybody connected to you is getting ready to reap some of the great things that you're getting ready to reap in your life. And this is why it's so critically important that you choose the right people in your life, that you have the right people in your life, you have the right people in your corner, you have the right people standing next to you, you have the right people that are in your top 3, top 5 folks that you lean on. Why? Because I really believe that when God blesses you, when God blesses any of us, his blessings oftentimes are so strong that it really also not only helps and restores us, but it sends restoration and breakthrough to the people connected to us. And so you've got to be connected to the right people in the season of your life. I want you to record this. This is the first bullet point I want to give you. I want you to record it right now. This year, connect with the right people. All right? Come on. This year, I need you to connect with the right people. Before you do anything else, before you start a business, before you go into a relationship, before you do whatever you think you're going to do this year, the first thing I need you to do is I need you to connect with the right people. It's so critically important that you connect with the right people. Why? Because you can connect with the right people, and when the blessings flow, they're going to flow over into those people. Or when blessings flow into their life, they're going to flow into your life. Or you can connect with the wrong people, and when craziness flows into their life, craziness is going to flow into your life. Right? And so it is critically important that you connect with the right people. I was reminded yesterday morning, I was doing some thinking, doing some cleaning around the house, and I was really reminded and so proud of myself personally for how I really just reset a lot of boundaries in my life. And the reality is now I don't feel bad about not having to be everything to everybody. There was a day, literally there was a day, a very recent day, where I felt like I had to rescue everybody. I had to fix everybody. I had to help everybody. I had to be there for everybody. I had to do whatever for everybody. Not today. Dr. Zeb is walking in a place called solid boundaries. And that is, I get to what I can, and what I can't, I don't worry about it. And you've got to grow to that place mentally. You got to grow to that place emotionally. And this is the big one. You got to grow to that place spiritually, because some of y'all are going to drown trying to rescue people outside of your boundaries. I'll say it again. I feel like teaching today. Some of you are going to drown trying to rescue people who are sitting outside of your boundaries. You were not designed to rescue everybody. You were not designed, here we go, to be there for everybody. Okay? Thank you for being a friend. We're going to all miss Mother that passed the other day. We're going to all miss her. But the reality is you weren't designed to be friends with everybody. You weren't designed to be connected to everybody. You weren't designed to rescue everybody. You weren't designed to be there for everybody. And I get it, especially if you're like me. If you're a person where your heart is always wide open, you have a heart to help people, you have a heart to be there for people. Sometimes it's hard to cut that switch off, but I'm telling you, there ain't no freedom like setting a boundary and sticking to it. Are y'all listening to me? There is no kind of freedom. There is no kind of freedom like setting boundaries in your life and saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I ain't going to do. This is who I'm going to let in. This is who I ain't going to let in. This is when I'm going to answer my phone. This is when I ain't going to answer my phone. This is when I'm going to be available. This is when I ain't going to be available. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I ain't going to do. This is where I'm going to be. And this is where I ain't going to be. Ain't nothing like setting that and then just living in it. It's a peaceful place. So I want to challenge all of you. You've got to set good boundaries in 2022. And part of that is choosing the right people connected to you. Why? Because again, if we believe that blessings flow according to who we're connected to, right? If we believe, man, I was so overwhelmed this week. So many of you texted me earlier in the week, just thanking me. I don't know why you were thanking me. Well, I kind of understand why. Thanking me. Hey, Pastor, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the support. And since I've been a part of Rehab, since I've been connected to you, things have been happening in my life. I've been getting blessed. Businesses have been started. So many doors have been opening for me, and I want to thank you. And it's proof that we can be connected to certain people and blessings will flow in our life. Watch. But you can be connected to the wrong people and then be trying to figure out why ain't nothing going well in your life. And I hate to break the news on this first Sunday of 2022, but I'm here to tell you, some of y'all, some stuff ain't going right because you just connected to the wrong people. That's all it is to it. I hate, and some of those wrong people are your family. Some of those wrong people are your BFFs. Some of those wrong people are people that been your ride or dies for 15, 20, 25 years. And I hate to break it to you, but if you go back and look over your life and look at the things that have flowed into your life and how those things have often been connected to those people, you got to make some changes. You got to evaluate some things. Now, I am not one of those people. I want to say this, and I want to say this loud and clear. I'm not one of those people where I say new year, new friends, new year, new circle. No, because some of y'all be changing circles every year. I'm not talking about changing circles every year. For those of you that got to change your friends every year, you got a decision-making issue. Are y'all listening to me? I'm not on a rant. I'm in my introduction. Though, because I think Michelle tried to come for me. I'm going to get you. And Swan supported her. Some of you make new friends every single year. Every year on January the 1st, you talk about new year, new circle, new year, new people, new year, new friends, new year, new this. I'm not talking about that. Because if you got to make new friends every year, something wrong with you. You're making bad decisions. You have a decision-making issue. You are challenged in your ability to make good decisions. I'm not talking about that, right? You got to make good decisions. And here's the reality, y'all. This thing hit me this morning. This thing really hit me this morning. You know what? The difference between, and just hear me out. This is my nerd talking here, but just listen to me because I think about nerdy things like this. The difference between December 31st and January the 1st is how many days? 1. Now, let me ask y'all this. I want to ask y'all a serious question. We're going to talk a little bit about this at the vision board party on Tuesday that we have coming up. But let me just challenge y'all on something. This is just nerd thoughts, right? Things that nerds think about all day. The difference between December 31st and January the 1st is how many days? 1. Let me ask y'all a question. If you can make all of those changes in a day, why does it take you a whole year to make changes? For all of you that make all of these January 1 changes, if you can wake up on January the 1st, like on December the 31st, you had 10 losers in your life. And on January the 1st, you wake up and say, I'm getting rid of all of my losers. If you can do that in a day, why does it take y'all 12 months to not be able to make solid changes in your life? Why? Why? See, some of you waited to all the way to December 31st. I'm gonna change everything. December and January 1st, I'm coming in with no losers. No. If it hits you on September the 1st that you got 10 losers, make the change September the 1st. What you waiting on? What you wait? If it hits you on December 31st, you know what? I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna put down the whole jaws. God knows some things was good yesterday. I'm gonna put down all of this stuff and I'm gonna lose weight and I'm gonna eat better. Why you wait till December 31st? If that decision hits you on April the 1st, make the change. Because see, some of y'all don't even realize the psychology of this. And I'm trying to help y'all. Some of you don't realize the psychology of this. And the psychology is this. The psychology is if you can from December the 31st to January the 1st, make all of these changes, the psychology is your whole year should be a whole lot better. Because one day has proven to you that if you can make all of those changes in a day, you can have a real good year. Oh, come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. If you can make all of those changes in one day, that's proof you can have a real good year. Some of y'all had broken habits on December the 31st. Some of you have let go of people that you needed to let go of on December the 31st. Some of you have walked away from toxic situations on December the 31st. Some of you have decided to start a business on December 31st and you've launched it. Some of you have broken strong habits on December 31st. Listen, you don't need to wait to January 1st. Y'all ain't got to wait for 1 year. And again, and I'm with you, Sonae. I'm with you. Look, some of y'all waited. She said she woke up December the 1st and made some change. Let me tell y'all something. Some stuff hit me like March. You know, while y'all was shouting January 1st, some things hit me on March and I just started making changes. Bam, bam, bam. And all of a sudden, life got better in March. Y'all waiting to December the 31st. If you can make all of those changes in 24 hours, I'm here to tell you, and I'm living proof, you can have a phenomenal entire year if you decide to make the changes. Y'all ain't got to wait on nothing. Stop waiting. And it starts again with choosing the right people in your circle. You've got to choose the right people. You got to connect with the right people. You got to make sure that the right people are around you so that when you make these changes, because again, sometimes those changes are going to be uncomfortable. When you make the changes, you're going to be positioned to be able to reap the benefits of your life after you've struggled, after you have endured, after you've gone through hard times. Let's put some Bible on this, all right? Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4, New Living Translation. Get there quickly. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4, New Living Translation. If you've got a Bible app, follow it there. If you've got the old school Bible in your hand, follow it there. But I want you to find this. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4, New Living Translation. We talked about on Friday afternoon, New Year's Eve afternoon, we talked about how many of you have had to endure rough seasons in order to grow, right? So for 2021 was really a growing year for so many of us, where we really had to grow through some tough situations and grow through some tough circumstances and grow through some tough positions, right? So you had to grow through some difficult things. And as a result of that growth, you understood the things, the value of things like evaluation and patience. And we talked about understanding the power of contentment. We talked about understanding the power of moving on, right? We talked about all of these things. Now, I want to deal with what happens after you grow. Look at this. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4, New Living Translation, right? The context is the children of Israel have gone through these tough years where things have been destroyed in their cities, with their families. They've gone through these difficult moments, but God told them, I'm going to grow you through this, right? So that's the context of the verse. And I see a lot of congrats. What am I missing over here? Hold on. TJ got a new offer on the 31st. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be announcing folks' business. Congratulations. I saw all these congratulations, TJ. I want to be in and enjoying that too. Y'all better learn how to tell folk congratulations. Congrats, TJ got a job offer on the last day of the year. It's proof. God has to wait to the last day of the year to answer prayers. He'll do it. And so, TJ, I know you really deserve that, man. You've been dealing with a lot, and I'm excited for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I love to celebrate people. Look at this. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4 says this. They will rebuild the ancient ruins, repairing cities destroyed long ago. They will revive them, though they have been deserted for many generations. I want you to record this. Record this. Here's the second bullet point. Record this. God is going to restore places and spaces that were once destroyed. God is going to restore places and spaces that were once destroyed. God is going to restore places and spaces that were once destroyed. I mean, that's rocking my world, TJ. Who gets a job offer on the last day of the year? Most companies are even shut down. But that's a whole word in and of itself. You know, if God gotta give you something when everything is closed down, he'll do it. But I'm not gonna mess with y'all today. God is going to restore places and spaces that were once destroyed, right? He's going to restore past generations. Some of you have had to deal with some family issues in 2021. You've had to deal with some things regarding people connected to you that are genealogical, that are connected to your bloodline. I believe that when God blesses you, he resets a generation. This is why it's so critically important in this year. Hear me good, and especially those of you that have children or those of you that want to have children. It is critically important that you make decisions this year with your future in mind, with your seed in mind, because I believe that when God blesses you, he creates the opportunity to reset a generation, which is why many of you got to get a degree. You guys have to finish school in 2022. Why? Because you're the first person in your family to finish. And when you finish, it's going to plant a seed in your family of education. It's going to plant a seed in your family of going after more and being more, right? And so it's so important that you not only finish school, but that you become the first person in your family to finish school, right? You become the first person in your family to go ahead and get through the degree. You whined in 2021. We let you, Nick, we let you whine in 2021. You ain't whining this year. I didn't call my friend out. I'm going to hear about that later. You ain't whining this year. We're not going to let you whine this year. If you're going to be the first one to finish school, because you don't even realize that your finishing is so much less about you. And it's about resetting things for a generation. You're going to reset some stuff for your generation. You're going to reset things for the generation behind you. So you got to finish school. You got to start the business. Why? Because ain't no other entrepreneurs in your family. You're the only one that ever started a business. You're the only one that had an idea to not work for somebody else and go work for yourself. So you got to go start the business. You have to go start the business. You have to go make that happen, right? You're the only one that stepped out on faith to want to go out and buy property and do these great things. Why? Most people in your family have just been settled and just having a place to stay. Nobody's thought about real estate. Nobody's thought about doing these great things. So when you go and do these things, you got to keep in mind, you ain't just getting the property for you. You're getting the property for the generation behind you. You're thinking about the people behind you that are waiting on you to win so that your kids can win, your nieces, your nephews, your aunts, your uncles. Everybody connected to you can win. So hear me and hear me good. Many of you are going to accomplish some things in 2022. I'm speaking to you prophetically. Many of you in 2022 are going to accomplish some things, but listen to this. It's going to be less about you doing it, and it's going to be more about you resetting the stage. It's going to be more about you resetting the stage and preparing for the people behind you. Some of the moves you make going to be for the next generation. Some of the things that you accomplish going to be for your kids. Some of the things that you accomplish are going to be for the things that are the people that are behind you, your children, your children's children, your children's children's children. You may not even live to see them, right? But when they become grown-ups, they're going to look back and say, my great-great-great-grandma Ashley was a baller, was a business owner, started all of these things. And they may never meet you, but you're planting the seed for generations to come. This is why the things you pursue this year have to be personal. Listen to me. This is why the things you pursue in 2022 have to be personal. Nick brought a lot of online folks here. Look, and I know I picked on my friend. I can pick on her. She's going to be all right. But Nick brought a lot of online friends here. And again, it just really connects to what I'm saying. You know, we got to be careful in this season of the friends we connect, because many of you would not have even received some of the blessings you received. Would not be connected to some of the great people you've been connected to, if not for being connected to great friends, right? And so you owe it to yourself. I like that, Sonia. You owe it to you, but more than that, you owe it to the people connected to you to connect to the right people. Y'all, when y'all blow up in these businesses, I look and I know Nick Watson's so tired. I see her on the line now. She's so tired of me bringing her up. Her and Michelle, they're going to lead us in Vision Board Tuesday. Excited to be on with them. I know she gets so tired of me. I'm bringing her up, but man, every time I'm on Facebook and she talking about I'm on HGTV and we got this show and we doing this and we doing this, bro, I'm telling you, it really does something to me, because I love to be connected to winners. Ain't nothing like being connected to winners. Watch this. And ain't nothing like having a part in planting seeds in their life where they can go win, right? Some of y'all got to learn how to be excited for other people. Right? Y'all got to learn how to be, you got to learn how to cheer other people. And we're going to do a lot of that in 2022, right? Yeah. I mean, and you better not get tired. Don't get tired, Nick. You got a lot more winning to do, and we need you to win. And when you get on HGTV, just look in the camera and wink. That's going to be past a shout out. Just do like that. Just look in the camera, Nick, and do like that. That's going to be my shout out. You ain't got to say my name. Just wink, right? But I'm telling you, I'm excited. You have to be excited for what's happening. But again, you got to move with the future in mind. Move with your children in mind. Move with your family in mind. Move with the next move in mind. Move with the future in mind. Why? Because, again, when God restores things, he does not only just fix things for you, he fixes things for past generations. Watch this. I want you to record this too. This is good here. Watch this. I want you to record this. In 2022, record this, God is going to restore generations by restoring your name. Come on. In 2022, God is going to restore generations by restoring your name. One of the moderators on Facebook, Nick, said, we need to give you a rehab t-shirt to make sure you wear on HGTV. Amen. I got you. I want you to record this. In 2022, God's going to repair or restore generations by restoring your name. I'm going to explain this. This is good here. God's going to repair or restore a generation by restoring your name. Watch this. This is so important, because many of the battles you've had to fight in your life up to this year have been bigger to you in this regard. It's been an attack on your last name. I want to say this. Many of the challenges, y'all, that many of you have had to face, unfortunately, have been an indictment against your last name. Meaning, some of the challenges you've had in your life, you inherited. This is good right here. Some of the challenges you have endured in your life, you inherited. You inherited family things. You inherited things through your bloodline. You inherited things from your mom, your dad, your grandfolks. You inherited things. You were born into things, and these things followed you for years and for years and for years. See, this is why I laugh at people who don't believe in generational curses. No, I believe in generational curses. You can grow up in a family that has generational challenges, and you can pay for that for the first 10, 15, 20, 30, maybe your entire life if you don't recognize it. Or you can grow up in families that are blessed, that are doing things with the future in mind. And when you grow up into something that sets your life off. I was laughing at my kids, man. My kids walking around here for Christmas. iPhone this, iPhone that. Nintendo Switch got all of this stuff. And I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting there looking at their gifts. And I'm just thinking to myself, when I was y'all's age, we did not. Man, we didn't start off that good. Now, granted, hear me. My folks did great. My mom and dad did the best they could. Growing up, many of you have heard a little bit of my story. You know how my dad grew up. He came to Martinsville. I lived a year in Danville. I was born in Danville. Lived a year in Danville. Me, my mom, dad lived at my grandma's house for a year. Left there. Got his first teaching job in Martinsville. He was making $8,000 a year. $8,000 a year. Got his first teaching job in Martinsville. And I'm sitting there watching my kids open these gifts. And I'm like, y'all, this stuff y'all got at 8 and 9. Like, I was even laughing with my sister. I told her, no, it was Tiffany and I were talking. And I asked her, I said, you satisfied with, Kids Chris? She said, yeah, of course, I'm satisfied. She said, I know you are. I said, you better believe it. I said, because my kids go to Ruth's Chris almost once a month. They 8 and 9. Do y'all know how long it took me to go to Ruth's Chris? Are y'all listening? It took me forever to get to Ruth's Chris. Number one, I didn't know what it was. Number one. But to get to 4- and 5-star restaurants, you know how old many of us were before we got in there. Here you go. Here I am. I got an 8- and 9-year-old that go regularly. And I'm just sitting there watching how blessed they are and all of these things they experience. But actually, it was a reminder to me. It was a reminder to me, Zeb, you're doing some things right. You're doing some things right. Your kids shouldn't come up the same way you did. They shouldn't experience the same struggles you have. They shouldn't experience the same challenges you have. They shouldn't experience. Your kids should be living better at 8, 9 than you were, right? And that's not an indictment on your parents or anything like that. It is just to say that you should be doing things to try to improve your last name. So I believe in generational curses. And the reality, I believe in generational struggle. And many of you have had struggles to this point in your life, and it had nothing to do with you. You were born in it. You inherited it. It was passed along to you. But I got good news for you. The wins you're going to get in 2022 are going to bring some restoration to your last name. I'm going to say it again. The wins you're going to get in 2022 are going to bring some restoration to your last name. I'm with you, Soné. They call my kids spoiled too. I know my kids are spoiled. I'm partly guilty. Their grandparents are, their mama's very guilty. Their grandparents are very, very guilty, right? But I want to just say this to you. That's all right. Set the standards for your kids. Set the standards for other people in your family. I had to tell a member a couple of weeks ago, if y'all mad about the little stuff I posted last year, oh, y'all going to be pouting this year. I'm going to give y'all a lot to pout about. I'm not rubbing it in your face, kind of, but I'm going to give you a lot to pout about. You got to set the standard. Listen to me. God is getting ready. He's getting ready to reset the standard on the last name in your family. And you have to be the person that moves your family in that direction. In 2022, I'm going to say it again, because I see Ashley Spencer. I see a few people saying, Pastor, I hear you. In 2022, a lot of the wins you are going to get are going to be about resetting your last name, are going to be about generational wealth, are going to be about making things for the generations after you easier, are going to be about doing things in your life that set up the generations after you to have an easier life. I'm telling you, some of the wins you get in 2022, you're going to get the applause, but the generations behind you going to get the victory. Man, I feel like getting up out of here and running through this house. Did you hear what I said? Some of the wins you get in 2022, we gonna clap for you. But the people behind you are gonna be the ones that get the victory. Are y'all listening to the old man? We gonna clap for you when you start the business, but it's gonna be the people connected to you that's gonna get the victory. We gonna clap for you when you get the new relationship, you get married, whatever you gonna do. But it's gonna be the generation behind you that's gonna reap the victory. In 2022, these wins are going to be resetting your last name. There will be no more struggle after you graduate from college in your family's name. There will be no more struggle financially when you start the business this year. There will be no more struggle in your family when it comes to having places to stay and go because of all the real estate investments and moves you're going to make. Listen to me. These wins in 2022 are going to be about resetting your last name. So when your kids and kids' kids and kids' 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 kids have families and do things, they go remember great, great, great granddaddy Zeb, who made some decisions, who reset the family's name. Are y'all listening to me? Huh? Listen, I'm rooting for all of y'all right now, this year. This year is going to be the year that not only things get better, but I'm telling you, you're going to win major. Them twos ain't on the end of this year for no reason. Everything in your life, literally, God's going to use it to reset your last name, to reset the future of your family, to reset the future of your lineage, to reset the future concerning everything concerning you. And I'm telling you, this is why it's so critically important that you choose the right people to reap it. Listen, y'all, I'm even at a place right now. I see you, mommy. I love you. I'm at the place right now where even I don't even want to win for me. I've been having a lot of dreams and doing a lot of thinking lately about the winning that I'm doing and about to do and how it's going to impact, watch this, even my mom and dad. My mom and dad are doing great. They don't need me. my mom and dad are doing well. But I'm even thinking about how the wins I'm about to do and hit are going to impact them. Going to be a blessing to my mom and daddy. Going to be a blessing to my kids and my nieces and my nephews. People that are connected. You got to choose wisely in this season. I'm telling you. You're going to win in 2022. But not only are you going to win, you're going to win so big that the people around you are going to benefit. So make strong decisions. Make solid decisions. All right? So I'm speaking this over your life. I'm speaking this over your last name. I'm speaking it over your reputation. Those of you, I'm speaking it over your reputation. Maybe you had some bad reputations in some bad spots. Maybe you were in some bad spots where you made some bad decisions, right? And you've had to reap the consequences of bad decisions. I'm speaking over your reputation today. That not only when you win in 2022, God not only fixes your name, he fixes your reputation. That's a powerful prayer. So that when your name is spoken at tables, people have great things to say. People think great thoughts concerning your life. They think great thoughts concerning your future, right? God ain't trying to just bless you, but he really wants to bless your last name. He want to bless you to be a blessing. He want to bless you to be able to fly charter. So when you got to go somewhere, you can put all your family in the charter plane. Y'all don't like this kind of talk this morning. I know. Y'all keep on flying commercial. That's fine. But I'm having a lot of visions of charter flying. I'm telling y'all about me. I'm having a lot of visions of flying charter, private, and seeing my mom and daddy, my kids, and my nieces, nephews, sisters, brothers, folks that are connected to me that I love on the plane. And I ain't got to worry about no flight times. Y'all don't like the way I'm talking here. You got to see yourself not just winning for you. You got to see yourself winning for the people around you. And that's what God's trying to do in this season. So I speak now over your reputation. I speak now over your last name. I speak now over your business plans. I speak now over your career plans. I speak now over your relationships, your love interests, your marriage, whatever it is that you're on. I speak over it now so that when God does it for you, it's so big that it blesses everybody around you. I can see a day, Swan, where I got to go somewhere and we send the bill and say, Pastor Flying Charter, he'll be there at this time. Amen. Y'all don't like this kind of talk, but that's where I am. And anybody, I want to say this. I want you to record this. This is the third or fourth bullet point, and I lost track. Anybody, and somebody needs to hear this today, because some of you would be speaking the way I'm speaking, but you're scared. And let me tell you what you're scared of. You scared of what people are going to think. You scared of how people are going to feel. You scared of people what going to say, what people going to say. You scared people going to talk about you. You scared people going to criticize you. Let me tell you something. And this is a word I want everybody in the chat to type. If you're watching the replay, I want you to type it. This is what I want you to type right now. You ready? Anybody that does not believe in your vision can get lost. Pastor's not going to be petty today, but you know Pastor's going to keep it 100. I want you to put it in the comments right now. Anybody that does not believe in your vision, and that includes people that smile in your face but talk about you behind your back. That includes people who say they're happy for you, but deep down they envious of you. That includes people who really don't want you to get what it is that you want to get for your life and for your family and for your future. Anybody in your territory, in your circle, that is not going to believe in your vision can get lost. Period. Get lost. And listen, you ain't got to do it with animosity. Wish them well. Get lost. Y'all stop waiting on people to certify what God's trying to do for you. You don't need no certification. You don't need no confirmation. You don't need people to confirm what you do. Y'all, people want to know all the time. Dr. Zeb, you don't have a lot of people viewing, but you seem like you're doing well and things are. How do you do it? I got comfortable in my skin. Some of y'all got to get comfortable in your skin. Don't wish people. Don't tell people to get lost and be mad. No, I like that surname. Be kind. Put a smile on that joint. Hey, I wish y'all good luck with whatever you do, but this circle apparently ain't for you. Good luck. But I'm telling y'all, anybody that does not believe in your vision can get lost. Anybody who secretly hopes it fails can get lost. And watch this. Some of y'all trying to figure out who they are. I'm going to help y'all. Y'all ready for this? In 2022, some folk you ain't going to have to get rid of some folk. Some folk going to leave. I'm going to tell you what I learned in 2021. Y'all ready? Some of y'all trying to get rid of the people that don't believe in y'all. You ain't got to get rid of nobody. Keep winning. Because I discovered this about winning. When you win, folks start disappearing. You're like, dog, I thought we were going to celebrate together. I thought we were going to eat cake and drink champagne together. No, folks start disappearing. And you started asking yourself, what did I do wrong? You ain't do nothing wrong. You won. And sometimes when you win, your wins will help people disappear. I'm not even preaching to y'all right now. I hear I'm talking to myself. There are some people will disappear when you start winning. Watch, especially when you win in spaces where they thought you weren't going to win. Especially when you succeed in spaces where they thought you weren't going to succeed. Listen, y'all stop trying to figure folk out. Just win. Stop trying to figure people out and just win. And watch your winning do the work for you. Watch your winning take everybody that's for you and everybody that's against you and separate them. You ain't got to do nothing. Just win and watch. Put it in the comments. Win and watch. Win and watch. That's all I want you to do. I don't want y'all to do nothing else in 2022. I'm getting back to the word, y'all. I got my time thing. Y'all look, I got my little timer thing right there. Win and watch. That's all I want y'all to do in 2022. Stop trying to figure folk out. Stop trying to set people up. Stop trying to call people on three-way. Some of y'all still calling folk on three-way. You know, doing this crazy stuff. Win and watch. You got two things you need to do this year. Win and watch. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more, nothing less. Win and watch. And watch God. Just as God separates the wheat from the tare, he's going to separate the people that's for you, that's from against you. That's it. Just win and watch. Don't explain nothing to nobody. Don't try to justify nothing to nobody. Don't try to explain your moves to nobody, the business, the relationship, the whatever. Don't do none of that. Just win and watch. Y'all like my hourglass, don't you? It's fresh. I got it from the consignment furniture store. This thing is fresh. I love this thing. Y'all, I'm sorry, pass a throwback. Win and watch. That's all you're going to do this year. You ain't going to explain nothing to nobody. You ain't going to try to figure nothing out. You're not going to, oh, I wanted they for me. I wanted they not. Y'all, when this pandemic hit in 2020, I learned this fast. When this pandemic hit in 2020 and I got online, I learned real fast. Instead of me trying to figure out who for me and who ain't, just win. 2020 was a rough year. 2021 have some rough spots. Oh, but Pastor Hill, y'all, you can't keep a winner down a long time. This is why some of y'all prospering right now. Devil can't keep a winner down for a long time. Win and watch. Don't try to explain, figure out, none of that. Just win. Y'all with me? Right? Isaiah chapter 61, verse 5. Get it quickly. I got to hurry. I'm running out of time, as y'all can see. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 5, New Living Translation. Is this blessing anybody? Are y'all sharing this video? I need you to share this video quickly. Like it. Share this video. It's Super Sunday. Share this video quickly, all right? It's Super Sunday, Capital Campaign Sunday. I'm excited to have you here. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 5, New Living Translation says this. Foreigners will be your servants. They will feed your flocks and plow your fields and tend your vineyards. Okay? Foreigners will be your servants. They will feed your flocks, plow your fields, and tend your vineyards. I want you to record this. You ready? God is going to use people you don't know to bless you with what you don't have. God is going to use people you don't know to bless you with what you don't have. God is going to use people you don't know to bless you with what you don't have. This is for all of you that feel like you got to be connected to the right people to win. That ain't true. It's helpful to be connected to winners that you know are winners, that are known winners, that can bring you to a winning space. But I'm telling you, for the win some of y'all going to get in 2022, they're going to be so big that really your circle might not be heavy enough to handle it. I got some great heavy people in my circle. I've got access to some very heavy people that if I need to lean on, reach out to, I can. But I've come to the conclusion, there's some stuff, there's some ideas, there's some things that I'm doing that are so innovative and so trailblazing, they might not even be big enough. So then how do you get blessed? How do you get blessed with things that are bigger than your circle? It's simple. God then sends people you don't know to bless you with things you don't have, which is why being connected is cool, but sometimes being connected is overrated. Being connected, hear what I'm saying. Being connected is cool, but sometimes being connected is overrated because there are some things God wants to do in your life that are bigger than your connections. There are some people God wants to connect you to that want to bless you, to help bring to you into your life those things you desire that are bigger than your connections. And I'm telling you, this year, God's going to connect you and use people you don't know to bless you with stuff you don't have. So y'all be open to meeting new people. Be open to engaging new people. Y'all stop being so quick to cut folk off and so quick to discount folks' ideas and to discount people that come into your life that may have ideas or ways that you can do things. Don't be so quick to do it, because God very well might be using people you don't know to bring to your life things you don't have. Are y'all listening to me? One of the things the pandemic taught me in this virtual environment, and this is one that really hits home for me, this virtual environment has really opened me up to winning in ways I never even thought about trying to win. And how did that happen? New environment, new people, connecting with many of you. Hey, Pastor, have you thought about this? Dr. Zeb, have you thought about this? What about this? Things I've never even thought about that would have never happened if not for the circumstance. Listen, I heard a preacher say this on New Year's Eve, and it's so very true. I can't take credit for this. I didn't create this. He said this, and it's very true. Instead of doing business as usual, we got to get prepared to do business as unusual. In your life, you got to get prepared to do business as unusual, not business as usual. Business as unusual, meaning you got to be open to things, right? You got to be open to new people. You got to be open to new ideas. Why? Because God will use people that you don't know to give you things you ain't got, which is why some of y'all need to stop begging folk in your circle to support you. Stop begging people in your family to support you. Stop begging people you work with to be with you. Stop begging people you're in relationships with to be with you. And they don't want to be there. Stop begging. Y'all stop. Stop begging people to do these things for you and be open to God sending people you don't know to create opportunities you don't have. Right? I truly believe he does that. And so we've got to be open to doing that. All right. And so again, you have to stop expecting God to bless you from the same sources. Put that in the comments. Stop expecting God to bless you from the same sources. Come on, put in the comments. Y'all gonna be the smartest people at the water cooler when y'all get back to work this week. Stop expecting God to bless you from the same sources. All right? Stop expecting him to bless you from the same sources, right? New year, new sources. New year, new resources. I really believe that God then will create new sources and new resources or ways to bless you. So stop depending on the same well that might be running dry, right? Stop depending on the same sources and expect God to create new sources, new resources or ways in which he can bless you. You got to be open to that. Worry less about who know you and who don't support you. This is for all of you knuckleheads that don't want to start the business because you think ain't nobody going to support your business. I would do it, but it's a whole lot of shoe boutiques. So I ain't going to do another shoe boutique because what's going to make my shoe boutique better than everybody else's shoe boutique? There's a whole lot of realtors out here. Why should I go out here and be a realtor? Ain't nobody going to support my real estate when there's 50 other realtors in my area. Why should I go out here and do it? Y'all stop that. Worry less about who know you. Worry less about who won't support you. Can't operate in that space. If you're going to tap into the kind of blessing that not only blesses you, but blesses generations after you and blesses the people connected to you, you can't worry about that stuff. You can't worry about rejection. You can't worry about who ain't going to support you, who don't know you. Y'all got to stop that. Stop worrying about who doesn't know you. Stop worrying about who doesn't support you, and y'all just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And again, I've said this a million times. Some of y'all listening to all the wrong people. I think I said this Friday, and it's so crazy how this works. It's so crazy how this works. I said this Friday that the higher your life goes, the more successful your life gets, the smaller your circle is going to get. It's so crazy that when you first starting in anything, starting a business, starting a marriage, starting a relationship, starting a whatever you first start, and it's so crazy how you first starting a church. When you first start, the support is astronomical, right? Everybody's there with you. I got you, girl. I got you, boy. The support is astronomical when you first start anything, right? When you first launch out into anything, it's just crazy how everybody's there. Watch. But then as you start winning, as you start growing, you notice that the circle of support, and I'm talking about that tight circle, gets smaller and smaller and smaller. That's normal. You don't need a lot of people in your circle to encourage you. You don't need a lot of people in your circle to push you. All you really need is about 1 to 3 good people. Now, if you're blessed to have more, that's okay. I'm not saying, Dizelle, you saying I got 5, I need to cut off 2? I'm not saying that, right? What I'm saying is, normally, all you really need is about 1 to 3 really good people that can just nudge it. Yep, you got what it takes, man. You're going to do it, man. It's going to work out. You don't need a whole lot of people. I'm telling you. And that number just gets real thin. The air gets thinner as you go higher. Y'all been on a plane before? The air gets thinner as you go higher. And the higher you get, the thinner the air gets. The thinner the atmosphere around you gets. Your life works the same way. Some of y'all waiting on confirmation from people. You don't need that. You don't need it. You really only need 1 to 2 people that can see it, if that. Get you a good mentor. If y'all don't have no mentors, if you didn't get no mentor in 2021 and you've been around me, you know I believe in the power of mentors. You hear me talk about my mentors a lot. You hear me talk about how the many people that I mentor. I believe in the power of mentors. Get you a good mentor. Get you a good mentor. Look, let your mentor be on board, your mentors be on board, and one friend, that be enough. Because I'm telling you, when it comes to greatness and innovation, most people catch on after the fact. Some of this stuff y'all gonna do this year and going forward, some people ain't gonna catch on until it's successful. I told somebody this yesterday. We were just laughing about it. It's so crazy how you look like an idiot until you're not. It's so crazy how you look like you're dumb or your idea looks foolish until you're not. When you walk in innovative spaces, and I'm talking to innovators right now, I'm talking to those of you that are carving paths that are so unique, that have never been seen before, that are going to reset things for your generation. When you walking in paths like that have never been walked before, trust me, people are going to think you crazy. People think they literally think I've lost my mind. They have. And some of the folk at Rehab are going to be so shocked when they see me in person to notice that I got more power now than I ever had. Y'all keep on. Stay asleep. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Let me tell you something. When you walking in innovation, sometimes you look crazy. It's a price to pay, but be innovative. Be a trailblazer. Walk the path that people will not walk, because there's rewards there that people will not receive. So worry less about who don't know you. Worry less about who doesn't support you. Right? Right? And just go with what you got and start winning anyway. All right. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 6. This blessing anybody? Y'all share it. Hurry. I got 2 more verses. I'm done. This blessing anybody at all? Y'all share this video. All right. Hurry. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 6. Quickly. New Living Translation. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 6. New Living Translation says this. You will be called priests of the Lord, ministers of our God. You will feed on the treasures of the nations and boast in their riches. I want you to record this. You ready? Everything you've experienced in your past is about to validate your name. Everything you've experienced in your past is about to validate your name. Everything you've experienced, look, y'all, my time is running out. You've experienced in your past, TJ, that's an awesome testimony. Again, I know you've been dealing with some things. You reached out. Just so excited for you, man. It's just so great to see you blessed through all of that. Cancer survivor, new job offer on the 31st. Just powerful, man. Just powerful. And I say that to encourage many of you that have dealt with similar things, that are going through similar things. God is just an awesome God. Everything you've experienced in your life is about to validate your name. Somebody needs to hear this today. Everything you've experienced in your past is about to validate your name. It's going to validate it. And this is for all of you that get stuck on titles. Titles don't mean nothing. Listen to me. Titles don't mean a thing. I've worked with people who have lofty titles, don't a bit more know what they're doing. Titles don't mean nothing. Letters after your name, PhD, doctor, MD, MS, whatever, BS. That stuff don't mean nothing if you don't know what you're doing. Titles mean nothing. Here we go, without struggle. Titles mean nothing without struggle. I want y'all to hear me loud and clear. It's one thing to say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. What's your struggle been like? Talk to me about the seasons where you ain't have no sales. Talk to me about the seasons where you wanted to shut everything down. Talk to me about the seasons you wanted to quit. Talk to me about the seasons where nobody was calling your name. Talk to me about the seasons where you weren't getting no new opportunities. Talk to me about the seasons where you weren't getting no new business. Titles don't mean nothing without a struggle. When you had a struggle, that validates the title. So I can care less about a title. I want to surround myself around people who have endured struggle. Because if you've endured struggle, it don't matter what your title is. You got one title that can't nobody take from you, and that's called survivor. You got another title that can't nobody take from you, that's called winner. See, when you've endured struggle, People, we call you survivor. Can't nobody take that from you. You've been through a struggle and you become a winner. Can't nobody take that from you. Nobody. And so forget a title. Forget that stuff. This is why, and I know, many of you have started this thing. Now I'm going live every other Monday on my Facebook. Y'all started this. Y'all love when I talk about relationships for some crazy reason. And, again, I had to come to a conclusion over the break. Sometimes we are great discussing and helping things in spaces where we've had challenges, right? Sometimes struggle is your greatest teacher, right? So people have asked, how do you teach all this stuff about relationships? Because I've had relationship problems. I had marriage, I had those things, right? And sometimes your experience is your great teacher. But I'm telling y'all want a title? You need to struggle. Don't shoot for no title, shoot for the struggle. Because I'm telling you, some of your greatest lessons, the struggles, all those meetings in corporate that should have been an email. Okay. I'm so sick of meetings. I got nauseous thinking about the meetings I got coming up this week. But that's a different conversation, different day. Some of y'all are going after titles when all you really need is a struggle. Because that struggle is going to teach you how to be the winner you want to be. It's going to teach you how to be as powerful as you want to be. If you want power from God, I want y'all to remember this and record this. This is important. Record this. If you want power with God, you have to let people see you bounce back from struggle. If you want power with God, if you want power among people, you got to let people see you bounce back from struggle. Don't y'all ever forget this. If you want power with God, you have to let people see you bounce back from struggle. If people can see you bounce back from struggle, they're going to see some power with God on your life. People that I know got strong power with God are also people who have had to bounce back from unusual struggle. And meanwhile, y'all be running from the struggle. I don't want to go through a hard time. I don't want to go through a difficult time. I don't want to struggle in my business. I don't want to have some months in my business where I'm in the red. I don't want to do all of this stuff. I don't want to have a relationship that's got problems. I don't want to have a relationship that's got some issues, a little bit of drama. No, let me tell you something. It is struggle that validates what you got. I wouldn't dare trust a business that's never had a few bad months or maybe even a few bad years. I wouldn't even trust the business. I wouldn't trust the business owner who's never had to navigate through a hard time. Y'all shouldn't trust me if you never seen me have to navigate this church through a hard time. And many of you have been around me and had to see me do it. It's the struggle that validates you. When you bounce back from struggle, is what I wouldn't trust a relationship. Trying not to holler at y'all. It's the first day of the year. I wouldn't trust a relationship you never had struggle in. Ever. Don't even trust it. I wouldn't trust a marriage you never had struggle in. You can't trust it. It's the struggle that validates what you got. It's the struggle that validates the relationship you have. It's the struggle that validates the blessings that you claim. It's the struggle. So stop running from struggle. Stop running from hard time. Stop running from difficult moments. Stop running from difficult seasons. Y'all stop that and learn how to run to those difficulties, because those difficulties, again, validate what you have. Validates it. The same people that counted you out in 2021 going to have to put some respect on your name in 2022. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. But I know that point right there was for me. The same people who counted you out last year going to have to put some respect on their name this year. I don't know who that's for, but somebody better get their hands off the keyboard and lift them in the air and receive what I just said. The same people who counted you out last year with your hands raised up are going to be the same people going to have to put some respect on your name this year. And it's going to hurt them. It's going to bless you. The same people who discounted you are going to have to put some respect on your name this year. Man, I thought Zeb was gone for the count. I thought he was down and out. Look at him. They're going to have to put some respect on your name. I thought Michelle was down and out. No. It's just a tough season. I went through the struggle to validate what I got. And some of you are going to have to stop running from your struggles so you can validate what you have. You can validate the business you've got. You can validate the relationship you have. You can validate the finances you got. You got to stop running from struggle and let struggle put some respect on your name. That's what God's going to use the struggle to put some respect on your name. And the same people that discounted you going to be asking you, how did you do it? And this is your response. Your response can't be petty. Amen, Pastor. Pastors had to work on this. Because Pastor, one of them people, if you count me out when I'm struggling, don't come on the bus when I'm winning. Pastor's one of them people. I'm sorry. I can admit my flaws, and that's one of them. If you count me out when I'm struggling, ain't no need of you showing up when I'm winning. Go back on the struggle bus and ride that and see how far you get. So pastors had to work on that. Okay. But your response ain't going to be, I'm sure, Nick Watson, you cannot send them back to the struggle bus. All right. Your response has to be, when they say, how did you do it? God did it. God did it. I can't explain it. God did it. There were some days I wanted to quit, but God did this for me. There's some days I wanted to give up, but God did this for me. There were some days I wanted to walk away. God did this for me. There were some days I ran out of ideas. God did this for me. There were some days I was in the red. God did this for me. There were some days where I thought this was going to work out, wasn't going to work out for me. God did this for me. There were some days I wanted to literally quit my job and everybody there, but God did this for me. That has to be your response. That response shows responsibility. That response shows growth and maturity. That response says, I can be the bigger person even when I was offended. And I get it. It hurt. Nothing hurts like people giving up on you when you ain't give up on you. Nothing. I'm telling y'all what I know. Nothing hurts like people counting you out when you're giving everything you can. Nothing hurts like that. And it's easy to start winning and be like, get out my face. Am I preaching to anybody but me? It's easy to start winning and tell everybody that counts you out to get out your face. And put some cuss words in there too. I said what I meant. Get out my bleep, 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 bleep face. It's so convenient to do that. But it takes God in you. It takes God in you to have the maturity to rise above the fence and say, hey, man, I can't even take credit. And I appreciate that. God did this for me. God made this happen for me. God healed me. God worked this out for me. God set this straight for me. God fixed some things for me. It was all God that did it. And when you do that, you're showing responsibility. You're showing discipline. But more than that, you're asking God to give you more of what he just gave you. And some of you are going to get more of the wins that he's going to give you because you're going to handle the win the right way. It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and handle it the right way. Are y'all listening to me? TJ said he's working on his resignation. I've been there. I didn't resign from some places where literally I wanted to pull old girl from that movie, Angela Bassett, where she set the car on fire and just walked off. I wanted to do that. No, you got to handle it the right way. Because when you do, God then gives you more of what he just gave you. Real fast, and I'm done. Isaiah chapter 61, verse 7, New Living Translation. Isaiah 61, verse 7, Isaiah chapter 61, verse 7, New Living Translation says, instead of shame and dishonor, you will enjoy a double share of honor. This is all I've been trying to get to. Instead of shame and dishonor, you will enjoy a double share of honor. You will possess a double portion of prosperity in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours. When you handle things the right way, God not only honors you, but he gives you double honor. Again, when you handle it the right way, he gives you more of what he just gave you, which is why he ain't going to just let one business prosper because you handle it right. When you handle the first business that prospers right, he will give you another business. Y'all not listening to me. When you handle the first business that you struggle through, when you handle that the right way, he not only blesses the first business, he will turn around and give you a second business. Or he'll take the first business and double your employees because he's doubled your revenue. He's doubled your products. Are y'all listening to me? You got to handle the first one the right way. And when you do, instead of shame, instead of dishonor, you get a double portion. You get a double portion of honor. You get a double portion of success. You get a double portion of winning. You get a double portion of revenue. You get a double portion of everything that you've been hoping for. Why? Because you handle struggle the right way. You handle difficult times the right way. Everything that was sent to shame you, everything that was sent to disrespect you, God's going to use it to bless you. Everything that was sent to make you quit, everything that was sent to make you give up, everything that was sent to make you walk away, God's going to use it to bless you. God's going to use it to bless you. He's going to use it to bless, and not just bless you one time, he's going to hit you 2 times. It's 2022, right? He's going to hit you 2 times. He ain't going to just bless you once. He's going to hit you twice. And that is what everything that was sent to cause you harm, that was sent to destroy you, that was sent to block you, is going to use it to double up the blessings in your life. Did this bless anybody today? Aren't you glad you tuned in the first Sunday of the year? This bless anybody today? Huh? I'm done. Y'all can see my time has dropped out. This bless anybody today? This thing gonna help me stay on time today or this year. It's gonna help me stay on time. This bless anybody today? Did it? Fill it up with hearts if it did. This bless anybody today? Fill it up with hearts. You have so many nuggets you can take today back to work this week. So many nuggets you can take today that God's going to bless. I like that, Yamil. God, she said God's going to bless you twice. I believe that. I really received that as well. Absolutely receive that. I know I love my hourglass. Y'all can laugh at my hourglass all you want to. I love it. My kids be trying to take it. This bless anybody today? Listen, it's prayer time. This is the first prayer of 2022. You know that? Let me take that back. This is my first prayer online with you in 2022. I love it. Like Nick Watson, people don't even know your testimony. They have no idea your testimony, Nick Watson. That's why you ought to post every chance you get. Post every picture you want to post every car you got, post every house you get. Listen, just let Pastor know when the barbecue is coming so I can get my plane ticket, because I'm coming. I'm mask and all, I'm coming. Listen, I want you to type in your prayer request right now. All right. I want you to type in your prayer request right now. This is my second prayer for you this year. I prayed yesterday morning. I got up, prayed yesterday morning, not just over my life, obviously, but I prayed over your lives that God would certainly bless you this year. But this is my first prayer online with you in 2022. If you got a prayer request, I want you to type it in now. We got so many people online right now. The numbers really started to rise as the broadcast got going. But I want you to type in your prayer request right now. Type it in the comments. This is the first prayer of 2022. And I want you to know I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for everything concerning you, that God will continue to bless you, right? That God will continue to strengthen you, that God will continue to be with you. This is going to be a year of unbelievable wins in your life. You hear me? It's going to be a year of unbelievable wins in your life, a year of unbelievable wins. And I really believe it begins right now. Do me a favor. I want you to type in the comments right now. Whatever you want me to pray for, I want you to type it in the comments now. Right? I want to pray. We're getting ready to pray in about 60 seconds. So I want you to take 60 seconds now and think about the things that you need God to do for you. Think about the things you need God to work out for you, the ways you need God to make for you. All right, come on. I want you to type it in the comments right now. Whatever it is that you want me to pray for. I tell you, on Instagram, I love Instagram this morning. Instagram, they're just over there high-fiving folks that's been winning. That's all they've been doing on Instagram all morning. And it's a power. There's nothing more powerful than to see other people congratulate other people for their wins. There's nothing more powerful than that. I'm so sick of you Negroes. I'm about to say another word. So sick of you Negroes getting mad at people for winning. Y'all stop that. The easiest way to win is to genuinely be happy for somebody else. And there's just a thing going on Instagram right now. I ain't even trying to interrupt it. I love how they are praising each other. Listen, if you've got a prayer request, if you've got something you want me to pray for, I want you to put in your prayer request in the comments right now. If you've got something that we can't read, maybe you've got a serious critical situation that you want me to pray for, you can email your prayer request to info@rehabcc.org. That's info@rehabcc.org. You can email your prayer request there. Put in the subject line prayer request, and that prayer request will get routed to my email address, and we will certainly pray over your request. But I want you to type in your prayer request right now. I want you to know I'm praying for you. rooting for you. Whatever it is that God has you dealing with, going through, he's going to make it work for you. He's going to make it work for you. Absolutely. Doctor that have just gone through so many different things before us, that's proof, then he'll do it for us. So God's going to heal so many of you. He's going to make a way for you. He's going to grant you peace and courage to be able to do great things in your life. And man, I am so excited. I'm excited. I'm excited about the big things that are to come in your life, that are getting ready to happen in your life. And I hope you are as well. Come on, you got 20 seconds quickly. I want you to type in your comments right now. Type in your prayer, because here they are. They're rolling. They're rolling now. Yes, great relationships. That's in your friendships, your romantic relationships, marriages, all of that. I'm praying for all of that this year, that God works that out for you. He makes a way for you, that he makes you happy, that you can live with your happiness and let everybody else get in where they fit in. That's what I'm praying for, that he gives you peace in those relationships, that he gives you peace in your business connections, that he gives you peace in your career, that he does all of these things for you, is what I'm praying for. And I want you to walk in that today. I need you to be settled in that. Don't worry about the struggle. Remember, struggle validates what God does for you. Struggle is not designed to pull away from what he's doing for you. Struggle is designed to validate it. Absolutely. Ashley Spencer, so good to see you. Praying for you and Brother Keaton and the boys and my little one, Carly. But certainly those of you that are healthcare workers that are dealing with this mess. I got friends that are in healthcare. I don't even know how y'all dealing with this. Look, healthcare workers and educators deserve some of the greatest raises that anybody can get right now. And so y'all need to really worry your legislators to pass some bills to pay our healthcare workers and educators more. I just don't even know how y'all dealing with this stuff. Y'all have been working hard, and I'm certainly praying for you, and that God will certainly keep you as you take care of us. Come on, y'all. What are your prayer requests? Type it in quickly. Type it in quickly. Type it in quickly. We're getting ready to touch and agree. I love the prayer. A prosperous new year for everyone. Absolutely. Miss Sally, I heard everybody calling your name Sally earlier. I never met you, but thank you so much for tuning in. Whatever your prayer request is, I'm praying for that right now. Do me a favor, as if we are in person. I want you to put your hands together like this as a sign and symbol of faith. It's as if we are holding hands. Would you do that? As if we're holding hands. I want you to connect your hands like this, as if we're holding hands, because we're getting ready to take the next 45 seconds and we're going to pray. All right. Connect your hands like this, wherever you are. If you're driving, I need you to pull over. If you're in the pool, I need you to sit up right now. All right. If you're eating brunch, I need you to put down the bacon. Connect your hands like this as a sign, a symbol of faith. We're getting ready to pray. All right. Would you do that for us? Come on, let's do it. Father, in Jesus' name, I thank you for this word. Thank you for this time of gathering you've given us. I pray that something was said that encouraged somebody and reminded somebody that this is the year that not only we win, but that we win for those around us, that people around us are going to benefit in a major way because of the decisions that we make, because of the wins that we experience, because of the struggle we have had to endure. Let this year, God, 2022, literally be a year like no other. That you open up doors that we never saw, that you create new opportunities that we never saw coming, that you would heal bodies in ways that only you can, that you would keep minds and spirits as only you can. We thank you, God, because everything that went wrong last year is about to go right this year. Everything that was a struggle last year is going to work for our benefit this year. We thank you for the power of perseverance. We thank you for the ability to keep pushing forward when we wanted to quit, to keep going ahead when we wanted to pull over. And so now, God, for every prayer request that's come across this live broadcast, for every prayer request that's been typed in the replay, for every prayer request that's been sent to our email box, we lift them up to you, God. We ask now that you would answer those prayers, that you would make ways for people in their businesses, that you would touch people in their bodies, that you would heal families, that you would touch relationships, that you would touch business ideas, that you would bring business owners out of the red into the black, that God, you would heal bodies, that you would touch children, that you would cover our healthcare workers, that you would cover our educators, that you would cover everybody that needs covering today, that God, you would do it as only you can. We thank you, God, because this week, this first full week of the year will be a week like no other, a week filled with miracles, open doors, made ways, met opportunities, new opportunities, as only you can. God, position us to win like we've never won before. And God, we will not take the credit, regardless of opposition. We will not be petty in victory. We won't take the credit. We won't be petty, but we'll give you all of the glory for everything that you've done for us. And we'll continue to give your name glory, honor, and praise. We count these things done in Jesus' name. Amen. Do me a favor. I want you to type in the comments quickly. If you prayed that prayer of faith, I want you to type in the comments quickly. It is so. Come on, do it quickly. It is so. It is so. It is so. Come on. Come on. It is so. I want you to type it quickly. It is so. It is so. I want you to type it quickly. It is so. It is so. Come on, quickly. Type it in the comments. It is so. It is so. Every time you say amen, you are simply saying it is so. I want you to type it in the comments quickly. It is so. God's going to do some miraculous things for you this year, this first week of the year. And I'm excited for you. As you're typing it is so, if anybody wants to be saved, if you're tuned in right now, and on this first Sunday of 2022, you want to dedicate your life to Christ. If anybody wants to be saved, I want you to stop what you're doing. I want to pray with you really quickly. Romans 10:9 tells us that if we confess with our mouths, if we believe with our hearts that Jesus Christ is who he is and did what he did for us, we are saved. Salvation is a matter of confession. It ain't about being perfect. Don't be fooled. You don't have to be perfect to be in church. You don't have to be perfect to pray to God. In fact, the crazier you are, the more you ought to pray. The more you got going on, the more you ought to pray. And y'all know what I mean when I say got something going on. The more you got going on, the more you ought to pray. Salvation ain't about being perfect. Going to church ain't about being perfect. We call our church Rehab for a reason, because I pastor a lot of crazy people, and your pastor is crazy. You hear what I'm saying? All right. And so everybody that seeks God seeks him for a reason. And so if you're tuned in today, maybe this first Sunday of 2022 is the Sunday you want to dedicate your life to Christ. You want to start living for him. You're like, Pastor, I ain't even got all the answers. I just want to live a better life. I want to dedicate my life to Christ. I want to live a better life. I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to repeat this prayer, because God wants to save you right now. They talking junk on Instagram about a retreat, international retreat. It's coming. We got folks all over the place now. And I didn't even ask for this. That's a different conversation for a different day. All right. But listen, if you want to be saved, I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to repeat this prayer of faith with me. Say this with me. I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. I've made some mistakes. I have some flaws, and I even have some failures. But I do believe that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin, lived on this earth just like I'm living. He suffered, bled, and died on the cross. But 3 days later, rose again for my sins. Because he lives, I can live, and I am saved. My friends, if you prayed that prayer of faith, I want to welcome you to the royal family of Jesus Christ. Do me a favor. If you prayed that prayer just now and you just dedicated your life to Christ, do me a favor. Type in the comments right now, #salvation. I want to know it. I want to know you've dedicated your life to Christ. If you ain't picked this up yet, we're going to celebrate you. You are tuned into a place where if you do something great, we're going to all rejoice with you. If you dedicated your life to Christ, just simply type in the comments, #salvation, so that we can all give you a virtual round of applause, because we are excited about the decision you just made that not only is going to help you. They're coming through on Facebook, y'all. People on Facebook have done this. My cuz, hey, cuz, so glad you did that today. Listen, y'all, come on, type it in. They're coming in on Instagram now. I want you all to celebrate these people who have dedicated their life to Christ, who today on this first Sunday of 2022 said, listen, I want to do some things better. I want my life to not only be impactful for me, but for everybody connected to me. All right. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for the decision you made. Now, listen, I need you to go find you a church home somewhere. I don't care where. Go find you a church home. There are a lot of churches that are already open. There are many ministries like ours that are still virtual. There's some churches, not a lot, that are hybrid like we will be. Find you a church home somewhere. I want you to find you a church home so you can dedicate your time, talents, and treasures there. You need to find you a place of believers so you can connect yourself with other believers and continue to grow in the faith. All right. So it doesn't matter where you live. We've got members in LA, New York, everywhere. Find you a church somewhere and be a part of that ministry and dedicate your time, talent, and treasure there. Maybe you're tuned in and you're like, you know what? I like this place. I like Rehab. I ain't never met this guy. I'm looking at him virtually, but I like the word. I like the spirit. of the moderation and everything that takes place. I love being able to understand the word, hear the word in the way I want to understand it. Listen, I'd love to be your pastor, virtually, in person, whatever. I would love to be your pastor. If you want to be a part of the Rehab Christian Center, listen, it's real simple. Just type in the comments, #membership. And one of our faithful moderators will reach out to you, get some information from you. And it's that simple. We would love to be. I got members I never met in person. And you can see if you're on Instagram, they're starting to give shout outs where they at. Dallas, Atlanta, New York, California. They're everywhere. Texas. It's crazy. But it's because we try to teach in a way that really empowers people, in a way that you can take the word and apply it to your life and live a better life. We don't want you just shouting on Sunday and you miserable Monday through Saturday. You need to be living an impactful, effective life every single day of the week. And so if you want to be a part of our ministry, just simply type in the comments, #membership. And I'm starting to see people are doing it now. Our moderators will capture your name, reach out to you, get some information. I'm pleased to say I'm working on this now. I'm hoping it will launch by February, March at the latest. We will have our virtual new members class. We'll be able to give new members classes virtually for those members that are virtual. And we'll be able to resume them face-to-face for those that are attending in person. I'm just excited. This is not business as usual at Rehab. This is business as unusual. And I'm grateful for the ability to be able to adjust with the times and still know God. And so I want to challenge you today. You want to be a part of this ministry? I would love to be your pastor virtually, whatever way. And I'm grateful that you tuned in today, and just grateful for those of you they're giving shout outs on IG. It's so great. All of the places where everybody is from, because people are literally all over the place. But we're grateful for the impact that even in the pandemic, it has created for us. Listen, y'all, I want to challenge you quickly to give. It's Super Sunday. Super Sunday, every first Sunday is our capital campaign Sunday. It's a blessing that we're not going to open up until March or April face to face with this new variant. We're about $4,600 away from our technology goal, where we've got to get some things put in place in order to do a really good broadcast for those of you that are going to be in person, and those of you that won't be in person that want to see in person, and as well as doing our virtual broadcast as well. And so we want to challenge you to give today. There are 3 ways you can be a blessing to us. I'm going to challenge you to give your tithes, give your offering. I tithed all year last year, and let me tell you, tithing works. Y'all, I know some of you think it's old-fashioned, but I'm telling you, tithing works. And especially when you get to a ministry that has done so much in the past for our communities and those surrounding us. And so I want to challenge you to give today. You can give one of 3 ways: via CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. You can give on our website, www.rehabcc.org. Or you can give through your cell phone by texting REHABWORKS. Text REHABWORKS to 88202. That's REHABWORKS to 88202. And right to your cell phone, you'll get a link, click on it, and you can give from there. Again, I want to challenge you on this capital campaign Sunday. Give your tithes, give your offering, sow your $99 seed. We're about $4,600 away. We're going to get that goal. I feel comfortable we're going to get there before March, April. And that's going to be perfect timing for us to go into our hybrid schedule. That way our virtual members can experience first and thirds, as well as second and fourths, and everybody can remain connected and in tune with what we've got going on. Again, you can give today one of 3 ways: via CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. That's $REHABCCGIVE. You can give through our website, www.rehabcc.org. Or you can text REHABWORKS to 88202. That's REHABWORKS to 88202. And right to your cell phone, you will see the prompt. Click on that prompt and you can be a blessing that way. But this is the first Sunday of 2022. I'm going to challenge you to give a first Sunday seed today. Give something that you'll be proud of. Give something that you know God will be proud of. And watch God continue to bless you. Listen, y'all, I'm excited. I did good on time. I'm about to get out of here on time. I'm excited. I want to challenge you today to share this video. If you have not shared this video, share it right now. It doesn't matter what network you're on. I want you to share this video. Tell somebody to tune in to get their 2022 word. Tell them they're going to need about an hour and a half to sit through it, but it's going to be a word that blesses them. But tell somebody to tune in and get this word today, because I really believe this word is going to set your 2022 off in a special way. And then make plans to meet me this Tuesday, 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have Miss Nikki Watson. I'm going to have Sister Michelle with me. We're going to walk through vision boards. I need you to go ahead and start planning your vision board for 2022. Some of you are going to do hard copy vision boards. Some of us are going to do electronic vision boards. Last year was the first year I did my electronic vision board. And even down to December the 31st, everything on my vision board, but about two things came to pass. And those two things are in motion right now. And so I'm here to tell you these things work. You have to set your vision for the year. And I'm excited to have Miss Nikki Watson, Miss Michelle going to be with us this Tuesday, 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at the Rehab Christian Center. Start getting your materials. You can be working on your vision board as we talk about vision boards, things you need to do to prepare that. But that's this Tuesday, 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, we've got a time change for our life study. It's 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Tuesday, January the 4th, we'll have our vision board, our virtual vision board life study. And I'm excited that you're going to be tuned in, excited to have these awesome ladies with us that are doing great things, did a great job last year. I said, hey, let's just duplicate it again this year. And so grateful they've agreed to do that. And I can't wait to see you. Literally, as they're talking, I'm going to be typing and working on my vision board right on my other computer and letting them do their thing as they're sharing with us different things we want to be doing to put these things together. Listen, y'all, I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. Have a fantastic first Sunday. Have a fantastic week. And if nothing fails, I will look forward to seeing you this Tuesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you. I'm praying for you and your families. Have a tremendous Sunday. I'll see you Tuesday. Peace and blessings.
Thank you for watching the Rehab Christian Center live experience. If this broadcast has been a blessing to you and you would like to be a blessing to our leader, Dr. Zeb Talley III, you can sow a seed into his ministry by CashAPP at $Pastor ZT3. It is our prayer that this message of hope encouraged, enlightened, and empowered you to be better. Please tune in Tuesday at 7:08 p.m. for our life study experience. And as always, be blessed and have a wonderful